everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am taking you through a 15-minute full body Pilates workout. We'll be working in timed segments today instead of repetitions, so we'll perform each move or combo from anywhere from 15 to 60 seconds, getting started in some alternating lunges. So we'll step one foot back as we raise arms overhead in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Step right foot back, arms lift up. Step through center, other side, left foot steps back. And through center, I like to inhale into the lunge and exhale as I press up. As you come to standing, really root down through your front foot to activate through that side of the body, through that glute. Maybe try to get your knee to gently tap onto the mat as you come into your lunge, trying to get those 90-degree bends through the knees, really activating through the lower body with this first move of today's workout. Only 10 more seconds here, and then we'll hold and pulse on each side. Let's hold the right leg back in 2 and 1. Pulse the back knee down for 20 seconds. Arms stay overhead, or you can bring them to your hips, whatever's more comfortable. Just lifting and lowering about 1 to 2 inches through the knees, really targeting the lower body here. You can do it. Just 5 more seconds, and then we switch legs, driving down through the knee, and switch. Step feet together. Left foot steps back, bend into the knees. Let's pulse it out. 20 seconds here. Pulse and pulse. You can do it, breathing naturally here. I know these are super tricky. We're starting today's workout with a bang. Only 8 more seconds in these pulses, and then we get a quick rest while I tell you about our next combo. And rest. Next up, we've got a curtsy lunge on the right, alternating with a little oblique crunch as we stand in 2 and 1. So bend, bring the left foot out to the side, draw left elbow to left knee, and step the foot back. Bend, tap the left foot out, give me an oblique crunch, step it back, and bend into the knees, stand up tall, oblique crunch, and back to your curtsy lunge. Little bit of a balance challenge here as we step back and forth and then lift one leg up into that little crunch. So don't worry if you're feeling a little wobbly here. I know I was. We've got 10 more seconds of this combo, and then we're holding the left leg back for a pulse in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's step our left foot back and pulse the knees down for 20 seconds. Hands can be resting on the hips, driving both knees down. Knees are tracking over toes here. Working a little bit more into the outer thighs and glutes in this pulse. We've got the other side coming up in 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Stand up nice and tall, and let's switch right into the other side. So right foot steps back, left foot is forward. 40 seconds on the clock. Bend and straighten. Give me that oblique crunch. Step the right foot back, bend, tap it out, crunch to the side, curtsy lunge. Really press down through the left foot as you move through this combo to activate up the left side of the leg, but also give you a little bit more stability as you lift the right leg and balance on that left side. Just 15 more seconds here, and then we've got our pulse with our right leg back. You're doing great. I know these moves are tough on the quads and the glutes, but we've just got 5 more seconds until that pulse. And 2. And 1. Let's step the right foot back and pulse it out for 20 seconds. Driving both knees down, up an inch and down an inch. I know this burns. You can do it. We've got a 10-second rest coming up after this. Knees tracking over the toes, burning out into the glutes and the quads just for 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Next up, we've got a squat with alternating side leg lifts, so we'll squat down and lift one leg straight out to the side in 3, 2, and 1. So squat and lift the right leg, squat down and lift the left. Inhaling to squat and exhaling to lift one leg up to the side. Inhaling to squat back down, exhaling to lift. Awesome job getting really into those side glutes here. Again, giving a challenge for the balance, which always means a challenge for the core, as we keep ourselves nice and upright with that side leg lift here. We've only got 20 more seconds here, and then we're gonna pulse with each leg lifted out to the side to really get into the side glutes and challenge the balance. Just 10 more seconds here. Let's hold the left leg lifted in 5 seconds. So squat down, let's hold that left leg up, and we're gonna pulse for 15 seconds. Just little lifts and lowers with the leg. You can do it. Up an inch, down an inch, rooting down through the right foot to maintain the balance. Slight bend through that knee. Just 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Left leg lowers, right leg lifts up. 15 seconds here. Pulse up and up. Little movements here, super tough on that outer glute, super tough on that balance. This is our last standing move, just 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Bring both feet down, step the feet out nice and wide, raise arms overhead, dive forward. Let's stretch out the legs for this next minute. So just holding with the hands reaching towards the floor for 10 more seconds. Walk your hands over to your left leg now, pulling your chest down towards your thigh, getting a deeper stretch on the left side. And walk the hands over to the right, feeling that same stretch up the back of the right leg this time. Walk the hands through center and reach your hands through your legs now, so towards the back of your mat, just deepening the stretch into the back of the legs, soaking in this moment of rest before we get into some core work. In 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back in front of your feet, walk your feet hip distance apart, bend the knees, and make your way down onto the mat. Laying on our backs, getting ready for some ab work, starting with crunches and then working into our Pilates series of 5. So send your hands up straight from your shoulders and crunch the upper body up, lower everything down, and crunch up. So inhaling as you lower, and exhaling as you crunch, moving with the arms here. If that's not working for you today, feel free to interlace them behind your head, whatever's working for you. Exhaling as we crunch up, inhaling to lower. We've got our series of 5 coming up in 3, 2, and 1. So hold crunched up, grab a hold of your right leg and extend your left leg long. Let's switch the knees and switch in our single leg stretch. This is the first move of 5 in this series, getting progressively more difficult as we move on. So we're in each of these moves for 30 seconds, and you're over halfway through this first one, rooting down through the lower back and the ribs as we switch the knees and switch, really crunching through the abs for 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Let's straighten the legs, still alternating, pulling one leg in towards the chest, switching and switching. Spine and core should be super stable here, so the legs are floating in space as the core is rooted down onto the mat, really challenging the deep core stabilizers with this move, as well as getting a nice stretch up the hamstring as we switch the legs in our straight leg stretch. We've got our double leg stretch coming up in 3, 2, and 1. So bend both knees in, reach hands by the hips. Inhale, arms and legs extend. Exhale, they draw in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, they pull in. Inhale, arms overhead, legs extend. Exhale, draw everything together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, together. We are over halfway through this series of 5. We're getting a nice long stretch after these next 2 moves. You can do it, just 5 more seconds here, and then we've got our leg lifts in 2 and 1. Hands come behind the head, legs go straight up with the feet flexed. We inhale to slowly lower the legs down towards the mat, and exhale as we lift them straight over the hips. So inhale, lower the legs, feet are flexed. Point the toes and lift them straight up. Lower back is pressing down into the mat, and that might mean you can only lower an inch or 2 before it starts to creep up, and that's totally fine with me. Work in the range of motion that works for you. 5 more seconds. We've got our final move of crisscross in 2 and 1. So reach right elbow to left knee, and switch in our bicycle crunch, working into the obliques. This is our final move of this series. It is so challenging, but you've almost made it through. We gotta stretch after this. Rotate and rotate, just breathing naturally here as we work into the sides of the waist. Moving nice and slow with control, not with momentum. Just 5 more seconds here, and 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in towards the chest, rest the upper body down. We've got a 30-second rest now. So hug the knees in, maybe rocking side to side on the lower back. Come through center, let's circle out the knees a couple of times in each direction. Just taking some deep breaths as we decompress after that tough core series. We've got 5 more seconds here, and then we'll flip over onto our stomachs to work the back side of our body. So when you're ready, let's flip into prone position, laying down on the front of our body, resting your forehead on the backs of your hands with your legs out as wide as the mat, pressing down into the tops of the feet to engage up the legs. Let's lift the left leg and lower, the right leg and lower, lift the forehead and the chest, and lower. Let's do that again. Left leg lifts and lowers down, right leg, chest lifts up, and we lower again, left leg. Exhaling to lift the leg, inhale, lower, exhale, lift the forehead, arms, and chest. Inhale, lower, down, just 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Legs stay where they are, arms extend straight out in front of us. Let's lift everything up and lower down. So arms, legs, and chest lift up on the exhale and lower down on the inhale. So squeezing through the glutes and the mid-back to lift the legs and the upper body, and inhaling to lower down. Whole body is working here, the entire backside of the body. We've just got 8 more seconds here, and then we're gonna go swimming in our lifted position in 3, 2, and 1. So lift up through the arms and the legs now, and let's alternate lowering opposite arm and leg. So one arm, one leg, lower and lift, lower and lift, like we're swimming through the ocean right here. So tap and tap, just switch and switch, really stable through the spine and the core. Just the arms and the legs are moving here. Forehead is lifted off the mat, so we're aligning our neck with the rest of our spine. You can do it, just 5 more seconds here, and 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press up and back. Let's sit into our child's pose for 30 seconds here. Take some deep breaths here in this child's pose, really reaching forward with the fingertips, stretching out through the back. We've only got a couple moves left here, just some plank work and then a bit of tricep work, and we are stretching and finishing up this class in 3, 2, and 1. So slowly shift forward now onto all fours, coming into a forearm plank. So forearms are pressing down into the mat, feet are stepped back, getting ready for a little plank combo. So drop the right knee down and lift, left knee and lift, both knees and lift again, right knee, left knee, both knees drop down and up, inhaling to tap a knee down and exhaling as we lift. Spine staying stable here. The only thing moving is the knees dropping down and up, so make sure your hips or your chest aren't dropping as you drop one knee. That's the challenge for the core. Just 3 more seconds here. Let's come into our dolphin pike. So lift your hips up and then shift forward back into your plank. Exhale, lift the hips, dolphin pike. Inhale, shift forward to your plank. So feet and forearms are staying exactly where they are. Hips are just lifting up and lowering down as if there was a belt tied around your waist and I was pulling you up by the hips, lifting you from your lower abdomen. Just 5 more seconds here and we've got our final plank move. Let's hold forward in our forearm plank now and drop the right hip to the mat and the left, right, and left in our hip dips here, working into the obliques for this final plank move of class. We've got a child's pose after this, some quick arm work, and then we are finished. A little under 15 seconds here, you can do it, staying stable through the arms and the upper back as we rotate through the hips, just 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1, hold through center, drop the knees down, sit your hips back, child's pose. Option to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, sitting your hips down, feeling that stretch up the left side of your body through your left lats. And then walk your hands over to the right side, feeling that same stretch through the other side of the body. Walk your hands through center and just hold here for these last 10 seconds, getting ready to conquer our final move of class, which is going to be a minute of tricep push-ups alternating with a child's pose. So let's shift forward, stacking our shoulders over our wrists, stepping our knees back so we've got a straight line from top of head to knees. And inhale as we bend into the elbows, and exhale to press up and sit back into our child's pose. Inhale, shift forward and bend into the elbows. Exhale, press up and sit back, child's pose, working into the triceps, the backs of the arms here. So on that push-up, make sure the elbows are scraping by the ribs to really target the backs of the arms, rather than having the elbows go out wide here. Exhaling to press back, and inhaling to shift forward. We're over halfway through this move. I know it's challenging. And sit back, child's pose. I love alternating the push-up with the child's pose because you get that instant gratification of a stretch right after working the backs of the arms, but you're still really firing up the upper body here. Just 10 more seconds. You can do it. This is our final move. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Come into your tabletop position now, and inhale, dropping the stomach to the floor, sending the heart forward. And exhale, tuck the chin to the chest and arch the back. Come into your neutral spine, tuck the toes under and lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Maybe alternating pedaling out the legs here, stretching into the backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, bring a slight bend into the knees and walk your hands back towards your feet, hanging out in your forward fold, grabbing onto the backs of your legs and pulling your chest towards your thighs, feeling that nice stretch through the legs. And then when you're ready, let's slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, ending all the way at the top by inhaling arms overhead and exhaling them to your sides. And that is it for today's 15-minute full body Pilates workout. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.